Stoner stickmen have sort of become their own genre on the YouTube landscape. They've carved themselves out successful channels on this platform, and they've made sort of their own little community here. And it's really awesome just to see this happen. And this happened pretty recently too. In 2022, this formula of talking about Zaza and your experiences with it skyrocketed in 2022, and it's led to some really popular channels now, and they're pretty much here to stay. And some of the notable figures of the Stoner Stickmin community include Chains for Real, Mostly True, and Nini. These are pretty much the big three, and they've pretty much propped up this whole community. And one of these YouTubers really started it, and there's also hundreds of other smaller channels doing this formula of talking about Zaza and their experiences with it, and they've gotten their own success too. One of my favorites of the smaller Stoner Stickmin channels is YouTuber Sinfinite, and I think this guy's really cool. He's super underrated. I'll leave a link to like pretty much all of the Stoner Stickmin channels that I'm talking about, but Sinfinite, he's really underrated, and I think he's really cool. And all of that said, there is a lot making up the Stoner Stickmin community. There's the big three and the billions of other smaller channels making videos and their own experiences with Zaza. But you're probably wondering, how did all of this happen? Where did all of this come from? And the answer is simple. Way back when, about a year ago, YouTuber Mostly True made the first video in the Stoner Stickman format with the 7 levels of high. And it's a pretty good video. It got like 14 million views, and it got very popular. And this is enough to inspire Chains for Real to make his own video on it. And from there, his channel really skyrocketed, and I think other people might have noticed that and started making their own Stoner Stickmin videos. And I'm pretty sure that's how this community all started out. I could be wrong. If you know anybody watching, let me know if you've seen people making Stoner Stickmin videos earlier than 2022, because I could be wrong on that. Please let me know in the comments, but from what I've looked at and from my research, I'm pretty sure this is right, because Chains for Real does state this in his first video. But yeah, that's pretty much my hypothesis on how this whole community started. And from there, they skyrocketed in popularity. They blew up. Other channels noticed this and started making their own, and that's why there's billions of other smaller Stickmin channels making videos and their own experiences with the Zaza. And it's really cool that this happened. It's really awesome to just see a community spring up like this so fast and get success too. Like, these channels, they're about to hit like millions of subscribers. They're on the brink of that, and they're not really slowing down. They're here to stay. They've carved out their own fan bases and communities, and it's really awesome just to see that. I am in full support of Stoner Stickman channels, and my style is very similar to that, although I don't talk about Zaza at all. But I just think it's really cool that they do, and they're sort of breaking, the YouTube mold here, talking about this sort of risky subject, But it's really awesome that this community got like propped up like this, and that they've managed to get success. And it's really awesome. I just can't even like fathom how cool this is. And I'd have to say this probably gives inspiration to maybe other channels that are trying to experiment and carve out their own little communities. And it just shows that stuff like this is still possible on YouTube, and that there could still be success to experimental creators and stuff like this. It's really awesome to see. And over the course of 2022, the Stoner Stickman channels have taken YouTube by storm, sort of. Not really by storm, and they haven't really taken it over, but they've carved themselves out a piece of the YouTube landscape, and they're here to stay now with their fan bases. And I am part of that fan base. I love YouTubers Chains for Real and Sinfinite. They are both really good at making these awesome videos, and they're just so fun to watch too. Like, there's just something so funny about watching these stickmen talk about Zaza, and they're all different too in like their own ways. They all have different like ways of drawing their characters, and they all have each have their own like style to them. And I just like that so much to see the creativity in these videos, and they're all really good. Well, maybe not all of them. There could be some, you know, mid-tier stoner stickman channels out there, but I don't know. I haven't seen them. But if there is, tell me in the comments. And yeah, that's sort of all I wanted to really talk about in this video. Just, it's awesome to just see communities pop up like this, and I wanted to talk about this because more people should know about this stoner stickman community and these channels. And if you like what I've said so far on these channels, and if you like what I'm talking about, seriously, check the description and look at some of these channels. They are really good at what they do. Some of them have awesome animations, and they're just really cool. You should check them out if you like everything that I'm talking about so far. But yeah, that's sort of all I really wanted to talk about in this video. I just think the stoner stickman community is really cool, and more people should know about it. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say for this video, broskies. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next epic video. Alright, bye. Alright, so I know I normally don't do these little end things at the end of videos, but I just had to for this one because I noticed something like revolutionary while editing this video together, and I noticed that this guy right here, Platypus Z-Man, beat everybody to the stoner stickman format by like 3 years with this video right here. And I think the only reason he didn't really take off was because he only has like 3,000 subscribers right now. So yeah, this guy right here is actually the original pioneer of this genre here. I could be wrong about that too, but this video right here, I watched it in its entirety, and yeah, it's basically almost the exact same as the stoner stickman format, just with a few little differences. But yeah, this guy right here beat everybody to it, so yeah, that's pretty amazing. He's very underrated though, so I'm pretty sure that's why he didn't really take off like way earlier. But yeah,